Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to the LaKeisha J. Richards Show. You know how we do it. You know it goes down every Thursday night. I am so excited. I look forward to Thursdays. I'm almost about to believe that Thursday is my favorite day of the week. But I am so glad to have you here with us on tonight. I hope you're excited. I'm excited every week because I get to share with you. I get to bring new people on the platform, people that I'm meeting, people that I'm connecting with, people who are doing some amazing things. And I'm excited. Listen, if you're watching us live, and you're watching us from the Zenith TV network page, I want you to make sure you like, you tag, and you share. Please share. Let somebody know that the LaKeisha J. Richards Show is on. I am your host, Prophetess LaKeisha J. Richards. I am so excited for you. I'm so excited about what God is doing, not only for myself, but for you as well. Listen, God is doing some amazing things. I did a post this morning, and I said, God is still on the throne. Be still and know that he is God. I don't care what's going on around you. I don't care what you see that's going on in the world, in the nation, on the news. God is still on the throne. And when it's all said and done, it's going to come out just like he said it was. So that means we got to continue to push. We got to continue to strive and continue to do everything that he has called us to do, because he can't lie. And the promises of God are yes and amen. Well, I'm not going to preach because you know I can do it. This is only 30 minutes, and I want to make sure that we have time to talk to my guest on tonight. I am so excited. But before I bring her on, as always, I want to thank the founders of this amazing TV network. I'm talking about the Zenith TV network. The owners, the founders are none other than Dr. Alton and Dr. Nakay Natson. I love me some them, and I thank God for them and the vision that God has given them. And I'm so happy to be a part of the Zenith TV network family. If you are watching and you say, listen, I think I may want to have a radio show, or you may want to have your own TV show, do me a favor and reach out to me, and I'll make sure that I'll get you connected to the right people. I am so thankful to have this opportunity of media. God is doing some amazing things, and I give God the glory and I give him the praise. Well, with that being said, I want to make sure that I go ahead and bring my guest on tonight. I met her through my mentor, Dr. Kishma George, and she is a part of a book collaboration that Dr. Kishma currently has coming out. And I am so excited. I've met her on social media, and I am so excited to be able to interview her on tonight. So again, if you're watching us, I want you to share, I want you to like, and I want you to tag somebody and let them know that the LaKeisha J. Richards Show is on. All right, because we want to make sure that we give her our divided attention and listen to what she has to share for us on tonight. So without further ado, help me to welcome the beautiful Coach Felicia McCoy Laguerre.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening, beautiful lady. How are you this evening?
I am wonderful. I thank you for having me this evening.
Oh, you are so welcome. Thank you for saying yes. Thank you for hanging out with us on tonight. I am always excited about Thursday nights because I get to share my platform with some absolutely amazing people just like yourself. So do me a favor and tell us, who is Felicia Laguerre?
I am a mother, a teacher, a social worker, and certainly I am a friend to many, and and I'm a community leader, to say the least. My business is all about coaching, empowering, and uplifting women and children alike.
I absolutely love that. So you're like me. You're a woman who wear many titles.
Absolutely.
Yes, and with all that you have going on, how do you find balance? How are you able to? Because I know you said you're a mother. That in
Yes.
itself is a hat all by itself.
Yes, it
And with
is.
everything else that you have going on, talk to us about balance. How are you able to balance and still be able to look as gorgeous as you look?
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. One of the things is you have to be willing to, or you have to make time for yourself. You got to
Mm,
get a massage. You got to get those nails done. You got to take yourself to dinner or
come
to a
on.
movie sometime. So I believe balance is critical, especially with all I have going on. I love my boys, but you know, you have to have balance. You have to have balance.
Absolutely. And I love that. I love that because I'm a mother as well. And even though my children are adults, I'm also a grandma of twins.
Wow.
And I see my children, well, my grandbabies, it's like my children growing up all over again. And balance is so key. And I love what you said about massages and getting your nails done and going to the movies. You know, that self-care
Self
is
care.
so
True.
important. And if you don't take time for you, then you can't be any good to anybody else.
Absolutely.
Anybody else. So I love that. I love that you still, even in the midst of juggling everything that you have going on, you still find the time to say, hey, listen, I got to be good to me. I have to take care of me. And that's so important. And y'all have to make sure you do that now because I'm telling you, there's so much that's going on in the world now. If you just become so consumed with everything that you have going on, you'll never be able to really focus on what you really need to focus on. So I think that is absolutely amazing. So out of all the titles that you wear, what would you say would be the one that brings you the greatest joy? I think I probably know, but tell us which one would bring you the greatest joy and why.
My boys, my children.
Yes.
Um, sometimes they say, "Mom, you kind of mean, you hard on us," but that's my pride and joy. That's why between God and them, that's what keeps me motivated.
Yes.
That gives me my drive. So they give me definitely my greatest joy. They're my why.
Absolutely. I agree with you. And like I said, mine are grown, but they're still my why, my grandbabies. And it gives me the greatest joy that I could have because it's such an honor to be a mother. There's so many women who want to be mothers and for whatever reason they can't have children. And so, I just count it a blessing to be able to say I am the mother of the two sons that I do have. So I thank God for that as well. That is our why. And I believe that you are doing an absolute amazing job when it comes down to that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely, absolutely. So you are a part of the book collaboration with Dr. Kishma George, who is
Yes.
also my mentor. Y'all know I love me some Dr.
Yes.
Kishma. The Use What's in Your Handbook collaboration. Talk to us about that. Tell us the name of your chapter and what inspired you to write that chapter.
Well, when I saw the book title, "Use What's in Your Hands," um, I began to write about all that God had given me. Um, my particular chapter is called "A Woman's Work," and if you think about in the Bible, Proverbs 31 woman, a woman's work is never done. And But the one thing that often people miss is that um she's blessed. She's blessed because she doesn't just do one thing, she does a multitude of things. Because just like I shared with you all, I'm a mother, I'm a coach, I'm a teacher, I'm a social worker, I'm a business owner. And when you began to walk, and before I became a mother, I was just a woman, right? And when you begin to walk in the mantle that God has called you in, things begin to happen. Some years ago, God called me to be a spiritual midwife. And I thought that would just be encouraging women in the spirit, birthing, helping women to birth their ministries. Um, but as I went on about my work, it became so much more than just helping women birth their ministries or give birth in the spirit. I became a doula, which meant not just in the spiritual realm, but also in the physical realm, I was helping to birth babies. And from that, I became teaching. I started learning herbs. I started doing so many different things. And I was like, God, I thought you just told me I would be a spiritual midwife. But in that, God says, if you do what I tell you to do, and you use the gifts that I have, that I would bless you exceedingly abundantly above all that you can ask or think. And if we take a look in the word, Matthew's 25, verses 14, uh, this leader, he's given out talents, and it talks about what each person did with it, and how the ones that he gave the most to uh increased what he gave them, and how more blessed they were because they used what God gave them. They used what was in their hands. And when God gives us something, he wants us to use what he gives us. And he wants to see what we do with it. Are we going to bury it? Or are we going to take it and multiply it? And are we going to really be about his business, about encouraging each other, about uplifting, about winning souls to Christ? Because that's really what it's about, glorifying God and winning souls to Christ. We know some plant, some water, and he does the increase. So using what's in your hands is simply about that. A woman's work is never done when you use what's in your hands. God can't help but to bless you.
Oh my goodness, that in itself is so important, and it was so good what you were saying, and it's true. A woman's work is never done. We are always serving. I tend to believe sometimes, even when I'm asleep, I'm still working because, like you say, our work is never
Never.
done. I feel like I'm still in my sleep doing something. I'm talking to somebody, because that's how we're wired. I love what you said about walking in your mantle. When you walk in your mantle, things begin to happen. That is so important. And I think sometimes, we are so busy looking at what the next person has. And social media, we have to be careful even with social media, because you can easily get distracted watching what you see other people post or what you see other people do on social media, until it can really distract you from actually going forward in the assignment that God has given you, and being able to use what's in your hand. We don't need a lot. Sometimes I think we get stuck because we're so busy saying, well, I don't have this and I don't have that, when God is simply saying, you have everything that you need at the moment. Use what's in your hand.
Amen.
It's
Amen.
so important that we use what's in our hand, because we never know. We could be the next millionaire, we could be the next billionaire, but because we're so stuck and we're so busy looking at other people, we don't realize that God has already given us the tools and the resources that we need. We just got to step out in faith and be obedient. Would you agree?
I would totally agree. And sometimes I would even add to that sometimes we have the wrong focus.
Come on. Sis, you there?
Something happened with the connection, but
Okay.
everyone wants to be wealthy, but I remember even at a young age telling my grandfather, I am wealthy. And he said, no, baby, you know, we from originally from North Carolina and back in the dirt field. We poor. And I said, no, it's a mindset.
Come
Great
on.
you know, and the more I walk this walk with Christ, um, I realize I'm wealthy because I know him.
Yes.
He's the owner of it all. You know, he's the master, you
Yes.
know, and he has all power. You know, he knows everything and he's everywhere at the same time.
Come on.
So he knows what we need when we need it. And the reality is while we're trying to get wealthy, you
Yes.
know, the word says only what we do for Christ will last.
Come
And
on.
so if he's called you to it, he's gonna help you get through it. He already has provision for that leg of the race. You
Yes.
know, so he's gonna provide your every need.
Come
And
on.
if you need to be wealthy during that leg of the race, you'll be wealthy.
Yes.
If you need a little bit, he's gonna make sure you still have what you need because you know we as we saw with the children of Israel, you know, he provided manna every day.
Come on
the,
every day.
the thing is for us not to lose sight that he's providing it.
Yes.
And sometimes in that gratefulness, that's when he can bless even more, you know.
Yes.
So,
Come
yeah.
on. Come on. That's good. That's good. You know, I heard somebody say if it's his will, it's his bill.
I like that.
Yes, if it's his will, it's his bill. But a lot of times, God is just waiting for us to just be obedient and follow the instructions. Are we really going to trust him? You know, Dr. Kishma talks to us all the time about trusting the process. It's not easy, but if we're going to get to the other side, we have to trust the process because God already knows the end from the beginning. And we got to just, if we are really where we say we are, and I know it's easier said than done,
Yes.
but we got to make
Yes.
sure that we take that leap of faith and that we really trust God because he already know how the story is going to end. We are going to come out victorious
Amen.
because we are and we have the victory. Oh my goodness, this is absolutely amazing. I want to pause real quick and I want to share some advertisements. For those of you who know, November the 4th and the 5th, I will be having my prophetic and marketplace infusion women conference. And it's going to be located in Lumberton, North Carolina at Eden International Ministries. Please join me and my guests, Apostle Ruby Ross, Toy James, and Dr. Kishma George. It is free to the public. I just need for you to email me or inbox me. Let me know that you are coming so that we can prepare for you. Even the men, we want you to know that we welcome you. You are invited to come. We love the men. We would love to have you there. Also, I have my book anthology, Don't Give Up on Love. If you are waiting, dating, single, or married, I would love for you to be a part of this book anthology. If that is you, make sure you reach out to me so that I can give you more information so that you can be a part of this amazing movement that we have going on. Last but not least, on next week, I want you to join me right here as my guest, Minister Ebony Edmonds is going to be with us right here next Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Listen, sis, this has been absolutely amazing tonight. Do me a favor and take some time and talk to us and tell us how the people can connect with you. Let us know what products and services that you have going on. I don't know if you have any upcoming events. I want you to take some time and share that with us now.
Thank you for that. You can reach me on all social media outlets at Felicia McCoy Laguerre on Facebook, on LinkedIn, and you can reach me on Instagram by my business names, The Real McCoy Services and Custom Creations Bling. I am a coach, doula, herbalist, uh, speaker, coach, uh, trainer. I do a lot. Um, so I also sell the fabulous paparazzi jewelry. So you can find me on Instagram at Custom Creations Bling or the Real McCoy Services. You can also email me at teerealmccoy at gmail.com. You can also contact me through my business line at 443-304-7070.
Yes, 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 yes. Now talk to us about the book collaboration. If I made a mistake, you guys are going to launch. Is it this Saturday?
We're launching this Saturday.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. Yes, so we will have our conference this Saturday evening around I think it starts around 6:30, 7 o'clock this evening. The that evening, and the book will be dropping on Saturday as well. So stay tuned for that to get all of your book orders in through Amazon. We cannot wait. We look forward to that. Um, yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. I can't wait for Saturday.
I know it. I know it. I tell you, I am so excited for you as well. And I want those that are listening, make sure that we go and we support our own. Make sure that we support our sisters and our brothers. Let's go and let's make sure that we follow her so that we can stay in the know as to the things that God is doing for her and the things that God is allowing her to be able to do in this season. So we want to make sure that we support you. So I am so excited about this book. I've been seeing the buzz and I know it's going to be absolutely amazing. I love the title. Use what's in your hands. So, sis, for the next few minutes, talk to us about what's coming up on the horizon for you.
Again, I have a few speaking engagements coming up this week for Use What's in Your Hands book. I also have another book that will be coming out later this year called The Greatest Story Never Told, where I will be sharing my life story of some of the trials that I've gone through just to encourage other women. And I will be working on some other book projects. So just stay tuned. You'll hear me at in October. I have a young girls conference where I will be teaching on mental health and self esteem, um, and it's certainly much more to come.
Amen. Amen. Exactly. And you know what? Especially with so much that's going on now, I think the conversations around mental health is truly needed. We definitely need to have more conversations, especially in our community. So I really, my hat is off to you, even getting involved into that. And for the next few minutes, I want you to just take a few minutes to encourage the people, those who are, wondering and maybe contemplating, well, Lord, what have you really called me to do? And he's saying, use what's in your hands. I want you to take a few minutes and just encourage the people when it comes to that. And what's next?
Well, I would start with saying, you know, right where you are, whatever gift you find presently in your hand, to start there. Because that's what this book is about, using what God has already given you. Sometimes we have to just be faithful over a little bit, and he said he would make us ruler over much, and to much is given, much is required. So I would just encourage you to start right where you are. When I decided to be a part of this book, God said, yes, do it, because that's a part of you encouraging women. And I know that that's my gift. So why wouldn't I be a part of something, so amazing? And it allows me to continue to use the gift God has given me. So when you say yes to God, remember that requires you to say yes, not when it's comfortable, not when it feels good, not when everything's going right, not when all your finances are lined up. In fact, when I decided, or God decided, that I would be a part of this book, my finances wasn't wasn't what I wanted it to be, but God say, use what you have. So not only did I had to use what was in my hands, I had to use literally financially what I had, to plant a seed, and he said he would do the increase. So just use what you have right now. You might not think much of it, but God does. So I encourage you, if it's just writing a book, or if it's drawing a picture, it's singing a song, it's encouraging the young people in the church or out of the church in the community that need some guidance. Just use what you have. If it's your living room, use it, because God will do the increase. And it all will be for his glory and for kingdom building. So just use what you have right where you are. It doesn't matter what your title is or isn't. He doesn't care about titles. He cares about our hearts. And he cares about God bless you.
No, sis, go ahead. I think your service kind of went out.
Oh, service went out.
Mhm.
Just use what's in your hand right where you are,
Yeah.
and God will bless it. And I
Amen.
just encourage you to be encouraged and to trust God no matter what it looks like.
Come on, no matter what it looks like. I love what you said.
And just remember, your process and your purpose comes together. You can't have one without the other. It's all
Purpose and process.
connected, and
Yeah.
it's all for his glory.
Come on, purpose and process. I love that. And in conclusion, you said when you say yes to God, it's not always at a convenient time,
Amen.
but you got to be obedient to
Amen.
what He has called you to do. Many times we're praying for finances, and He's saying use what's in your hand, because when you be obedient, you follow the instructions by using what's in your hand. That's how he's going to release more and more resources to you, more and more finances.
Amen.
Somebody will catch that next week.
Yes. Amen.
Listen.
Amen.
Amen. Sis, thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me. I truly have enjoyed this. 30 minutes go by so fast. For those of you who are watching and you have a product, you have a service, or you may even have an event, or you just may want to come and hang out with your girl, you may want to be featured on the LaKeisha J. Richards Show. Do me a favor and reach out to me. I can be found on social media, Facebook, Instagram. I'm on Clubhouse. I'm on TikTok. Or you can send me an email at the LaKeisha J. Richards Show at gmail.com, and I'll get the information to you. I would love to have you to come and be a part of this process, not necessarily the process, but be a part of what God has going on over here in the mountain of media. I am so excited. Well, you all know that I love you. I bless God for you. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your support. Thank you for hanging out with me and my guest on tonight. And until next week, just know that we love you and there's nothing that you can do about it. God bless you. 3AB got the sauce, boy.